Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Sammy here at Sammy J Stitches, and it is a new Maynia vlog day 12. So it's May the 12th. It is a Tuesday. This is a channel about cross stitch. Okay, into it we go. So today is a new start day. I'm kind of excited, although I ran off and left my Q-snap at home again, so I'm gonna get to do the whole moving the hoop as I go. But you know, and the problem with that is that my tension isn't as good as on a hoop, so I feel like I stitch slower. Also that, I can't two-handed stitch, so that slows me down a little bit. With my Q-snap, I can two-handed stitch, the tension is nice, but the hoop makes me focus on this much instead of like seeing this much, so that could be handy. But it's what we're left with, so there's no whining and complaining, there's just making it work. Today we are starting, I should have had this ready. By the way, the hair's a little crazy. I just kind of threw it up in a high ponytail, so some of it's hanging out the bottom. I didn't care, I just needed it out of my way. It's clean today, so it's light and fluffy and blows in my face constantly. Plus it's hot today. It's about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius off the top of my head. I try and do that because I know there are people that watch that don't. American. Let's see. So 90, it's about 32 degrees Celsius. So, a little warm. It's warm for me. I like it a bit cooler. I'm good in like the 18 Celsius range, in the 60s. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting to this, I promise. So, I need to go to my kitted projects. I know I could do this insert here thing with editing, but then I'll forget and you'll look at me go like this with an empty hand. So, that's not good at all. Why is it not rotating? This is a very shiny phone. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So this is May wordplay, and it's what I'm going to be starting today. I'm doing this on some, I believe it's 28 count Monaco fabric tea dyed by me. And so this will be May wordplay, and then we'll come back and do April in a couple days on this side. Don't really want to separate them just yet because it gives me more room for my Q-snap. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, outside of that, sorry, a little all over the place today. I got a request on a video a few days ago to kind of go over my planner. So it's about halfway through the year. I figured it couldn't hurt. I will tell you that there are a lot of pages in here that I don't use. I created at the beginning of the year, and I am either not participating in those events or I don't need a handwritten sheet to work on them. Some of the ones I created because I was requested to, not because I actually would use them. Or, I mean, I made them like I would use them, but I'm just not. So, kind of briefly go over my planner today during the Maynia video. Maynia is all about learning all kinds of new things, right? So this is a happy planner. It is the classic, I believe. So it's not the biggest one they have. It's not one of the smaller ones. I mean, it's your average notebook size, I believe. Let's see. I don't have it in here with me. Okay. But it's kind of big and bulky. But I love it. I love it so much because I can take the pages out of the rings and put them back in. So let's see, these are the sheets I create for like homework and stuff, and I'll show you a used one here in a second. I have like a little group code. I I've designed one for each of the groups that I'm in. So MS is Magical Stitches, D30 is Daily 30, ES is Enchanted Stitches. You get it. Shorthand. I write down the prompt, whether it be, you know, something with a cat, something with black, that sort of thing. I pencil in which project I think I will work on when we do the homework videos, or we didn't do one this week, so when I sit down and figure it out, how many stitches it needs and when it's due. And then out here on the side, I've gotten to where I write the number of points once I've completed it, so that I know that it's completed, because sometimes I forget the highlighter. Oh, so we will look at that more in just a second. These are the little codes for each of the groups that I'm in. So I won't go into that one too much. In here I have my Whip Go board, just as a quick reference. I typically update it on my spreadsheet on the computer, but this is pretty to look at. You can see where I've got one that's been called and completed. These have been completed but not called. These have been called but not completed. I need to color in this one because I did actually finish that one. Whew, not finish it, but I hit the goal. On the back of that is the goals, because when you do Whip Go, you don't have to say, I'm gonna finish these. You just set your own goals. So a page finish, 5,000 stitches, that sort of thing. Okay. I have those in the very front because I look at them to motivate myself. It comes with a calendar, and it also came with these pages. I think they're for writing in like birthdays and anniversaries and stuff, but I put the birthday of each of my whips, the day that they were started, with the year in parentheses out to the side. You can see Maynia is when I tend to start my most stuff. And then we've got the next page too, which I really dry up in the summer. Like I get worried about being able to finish the things that I'm working on, so I don't tend to start as much. That's just some notes that I have. This one I haven't been keeping up with too well, but I just go in and color in a box each time I start something. You can see I always start something on the 29th. I haven't updated for May yet. Each time I finish something, just so I can see how they compare. As you can see right now, I think they're fairly even right now, I feel like. I don't know. I would have to sit down and really look at it, but that's another one I use. This one was one that I've used that's been real big for me the last couple of years, but I've been doing digitally this year. And that's because, well, let me show you. Normally at the end of each day, I will go in and I will write how many stitches I had for that day. You can see I got through the 6th of January. The reason for that is Simi Sane Stitchers is doing this landmark challenge, and basically all your stitches count. So I have a spreadsheet for that. I put my stitches in, it adds them up, and it tells me when I've completed a landmark. I go and get my badge and then I move on. So I updated there, so I don't really need to update it here. And then I use that, I copy all of the month, paste it into a different spreadsheet, have that added up for me. So that's how I get all my numbers at the end of each month that I show y'all. This is one I also don't really keep up with. It was from a couple years ago, where I color the pages that I've completed on my Heats. I only have the one, and it just moved over from an old Happy Planner. So let me, this is a good one. Okay, this is old, but I just wanted to kind of show you what it looks like. This is what my brain looks like on cross stitch. This is a homework tracker. You can see Magical Stitches, Daily 30, Enchanted Stitching. I believe this is a weekly. Yes, it's a weekly. So closest to a finish, and I penciled it until as old as time. I apparently did not get to that one. That's a bad example. Let's move on. What's that one say? Something with the face. I decided which way, because she's a witch. It's just a witch's face. It was 100 stitches. It was due by the 16th. I completed it, so I got the 2 points. Because I guess that's what it was worth. And usually what I do is I'll add these all up at the end of the week and put it over on the side. I don't always do that, but... And then cross out means the week's completed, I'm moving on. Because I don't use a new sheet each week. I just keep going down. And I have a double-sided printer, so I just keep going. Just keep going and going. And then I usually have one where I write monthly at the top, and then these are the monthly prompts that are due. So I have several of those. Those are all completed. My active one I will move into whichever month I'm working on. Okay. These are a bunch of, I'm just going to kind of show you a bunch of the things I haven't started working on or I'm not working on, like yearlies, the book stuff, the reading stuff. So I haven't done anything with all of that. This is where I started to do the landmarks. I'm actually to here. I haven't updated this in a while, and that's because I started keeping track on that one spreadsheet, so it's all good. Okay. So then let's go to May, so I can show you what right now looks like. Sometimes I do stuff with the calendar. I haven't this month because I have it other places. This is my scavenger hunt. I can't show you the prompts, but I say what the prompt is, what project I'm working on, how many stitches I did, and I put a little check mark when I put the finished post up. I also have a part on the back where I put a check once I've got my badge. Now, if you are in the Daily 30 group, those are in the group. You can print them off. If you're not, then I can't show you. I apologize. It's a closed group. We will let you know if they're ever, when and if they accept new members. Okay. And then here's where I have my current weeklies, which I haven't done this week's, and monthlies. I'm slacking a little bit because Maynia is kind of taking over my brain. So another thing I bought at the end, when I first created this thing, was these little habit trackers. And I thought, okay, I'm going to write Instagram here and I'm going to post every day on Instagram. Yeah, that happened. Minnie Allison Dollar Dream, I'm going to stitch on her every day. I did pretty good on that. I just didn't keep track of it. So I'm not really using the front right now, but I am using the back because it's just got these separated areas and I can have this just sitting. So I put my number for the day that I need for one of my groups, because you have to post a picture with the number. So I'll set this on my stitching and take a picture of it. And then up here, I sit down and I think about, okay, what am I working on? And so the four wordplay I've already done today so that you can see it. For magical stitches, I need 300 stitches. I guess. Oh. The prompt this week is to work on anything till you get to 1,000 stitches. I got 700 on last night, so all I need is 300 left. So that's that 300. For Daily 30, it will work for my extra credit. For flowers, it needs 500 stitches. For Monopoly, I am on Frosted Pumpkin, so I only need 60 stitches. For Whip Whammy, I need 650 more stitches to complete my 2,500. And this is for another group. I just kind of write that in when I'm ready. So what I will do is I will sit down, I will stitch 60 stitches for Monopoly, because that's the first number that comes along. Take a picture, re-roll. Let's say I land on 100 stitches. So now I'm going to cross that 60 out and I'm going to write 160, because when I don't reset my counter every time that I stop to take a picture. So I need to know what I need now plus what I already had. So then I'll cross it out and I'll write 160, and you can see where I did that here. Start at 100, then 240, then 460, then 720. It's going on. I'll do that if I have another prompt I need to complete in magical stitches and I finish the 300, etc., etc. So this is kind of how I keep all my stuff straight. And even then, stuff gets lost in the cracks. I'll keep stitching and forget that I was supposed to stop at 60 stitches, and so when I go to post the 300 on magical stitches, I'm like, Frosted Pumpkin got 300 stitches instead of 60. Reroll, move on. It's not worth going, oh man, well I missed it, and just, it's extra stitching. You're doing the stitching anyway, might as well just let it go. Okay. This is becoming a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. And then of course I've showed you this. Typically on a typical month it will have all my active whips. Understudy box will not be here. I try and keep a couple rows open at the bottom for new starts. This month it's just Maynia stuff, and I've been writing in these empty spots what I'm starting. And this was the list of the new starts I had to fill those spots with. I've been erasing them as I go. can see we're doing this lovely stair stepper thingy. I just absolutely adore it. I'm going to go ahead and show you a different month. Just so, because that's pretty much it. I've showed you everything. But just to give you an idea of what a typical month looks like. I do try and show these in my videos sometimes. Oh, and I can show you one other thing that I do. Okay, so all my active whips listed. If there's an X here, it means I did work on it the month before, so it doesn't take as much priority as these blank ones. Sometimes those still don't take priority, see? These are new starts down here at the bottom. I apparently, in the middle of the month of March, I completed a page finish on one of my haids. So Once Upon a Time got pulled out of the under the bed box, and it didn't have room, so I need to pay attention, that sort of thing. Okay. So you see all the X's all over everywhere when I work on them. A lot of times I come to work, I start working on it 10, 11 o'clock at night, and then I don't stop till 3 in the morning. That's why they get 2 X's. Because I see midnight as a change of day, even though I don't necessarily change excuse me. So, what I do at the end of the month is, this is where I do my stats. For March, I did 15,588 stitches. Divided that by 31 days, you get 502 stitches a day. I worked on 21 whips. I had 2 new starts, 3 finishes, 1 understudy, came out of the understudy box. And then the total and how many, 36 whips go to April. So, and that's how I give you all the stats. And then later I come through, let me see if I did January yet. Yeah. No. Yes, I did. Yes, no. Okay. Ignore these numbers. I was trying to line some stuff up. But this last row, you see 1, 2, 14. That's how many days I worked on each of the whips throughout the month. So at the end of the year, I can, or when I finish something, I can be like, okay, I worked on it this many days. Now, granted, that could be 10 stitches. That could be 1,000 stitches. I mean, that's whatever. It was worked on. It was touched within that day. So, that's my planner for anybody that was interested. If you have any more questions, please comment below. Oh, quick thing on that. If you watched season 4, episode 9, you cannot comment. And, yay, YouTube. So what happened was when it was uploading, and there's all these questions they ask you. One of them is it made for kids? And all the time I click no, I do not make these episodes for kids. However, my mouse slipped and I clicked yes first, and then I clicked no. Apparently, when you do that, if you click yes, it's going to disable your comments. Even though you go and move it to no, it disables your comments. And then I've gone in and I've told it to enable comments, and it continues to disable comments. So do not, if you are a YouTuber, click yes if you don't mean to, because it gets it in its head that you said yes. Even when you go back and correct it, it's like, nope, you said yes. Now you're just trying to lie and get your comments back. Okay, that was a lot to say. It's almost 20 minutes. I'm going to go get to stitching, and I hope y'all are having a wonderful stitching day, and I'll check back in with you later. Good morning, everybody. Okay, I already put up my stuff. Like, I'm tired. So, I got some good progress tonight. I'm like 1,150 stitches. Good progress. My butt is tired of sitting in this chair. I've only gotten up twice to use the restroom and once to make food. No. One of the times I got up to use the restroom, I also made food. So I've only been up from this chair twice my entire shift, and my body is feeling it. So, where did I get to? Here we go. This is May Wordplay. So I'm almost halfway done with it. So about here is the halfway point for the length, and for the width, this is it. It's done all the way down. So There's some back stitching I need to do. Oh, and this tire. And then I'm just like moving this way. So I thought it was really good progress. 1,200 stitches. Yay. Okay, so we are putting this one up. Tonight is a whip. I want to say it's probably House Targaryen, but I'm not positive. I would have to look in the binder, and it's not here. And I'm not pulling the book back out right now. Y'all got to see plenty of that earlier. I kind of rambled on a bit. So, that was a very productive night. Probably because I had no internet. I mean, I have my cell phone data, so I was able to visit with virtual stitchers a little bit. Mostly I just sat there and listened because I kept cutting in and out. Then I switched over to Hulu and watched some of the season finales of my shows. And, but when I can't do a dozen things like I do when I'm on my computer and on the internet, apparently I get some more stitching done. So, alright, tonight is another night at work, so we will be here and stitching like crazy, and then 3 nights at home of, So, I'm gonna let y'all go. I hope y'all are having a wonderful Maynia. I hope it's as productive for you as it is for me. And if not, I hope you're enjoying whatever you're getting done. So, I'm going to sign off now, and I will see y'all tomorrow.